What's the deal? What's going on? What is going on? Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so be notified every time I upload. Um, Let me share this real fast. Share this on Facebook. Share it to one more page. I got a haircut appointment, so I got to get it in and get it out. Okay. All right. So we got a bunch of games right now. Like I say, got a get to the quick haircut appointment. Let's take a look at the weather real fast, and then we're gonna go straight through this here. Okay. I'll tell you. Here's my weatherman. You guys don't know. You already know. Kevin Roth. That's my meteorologist. There's a whole bunch of other people meteorologists. Let's take a look at the news, at the weather, and see what the deal is right now. We got a couple more potential smoke issues today. I'm looking at you, Baltimore. That's what he said. So you'll click on this link right here, and then we'll take a look at the weather, and we'll go straight through it. All right. New York Mets at Pittsburgh, a little smoky, but probably not to the level of concern. Okay. Kansas City Royals at Baltimore, fairly smoky all day in Baltimore. I think there's at least a chance of a smoke postpone here. Of course, there will be some that will come down well ahead first pitch. So something we'll watch out for. Outside of that, we also have a chance for a delay with the few scattered storms in the area. And it's not enough rain to cause a postponed game. So if we get closer to the if we get closer to the first pitch and they haven't canceled for smoke, I will lower the risk here only to reflect the delay chance. Los Angeles Dodgers at Philadelphia, not too dissimilar from Baltimore. It's a bit on the smoky side, though slightly less than in Baltimore, with a chance of a shower causing a late start or delay. I expect this game. I expect they play this game. All right, Boston and New York. There's really not much rain around New York, but it might be poorly timed, arriving around first pitch ish. A few showers around throughout the game. I'm hoping they just play and see what happens, likely playing through some light showers with a chance for a delay. A late start would make me a bit nervous, but even then, it's not that much rain. All right. And then the last game is San Diego Padres at Colorado. Any rain will be clearing by the first pitch. No real worries because I like that game. All right, San Diego Padres. All right, that's gonna be one of those games that we're gonna target with those high totals. All right. So that's it for the weather. Like I said, Kevin Roth, if you don't know him, get to know him, follow him on Twitter, and then he's dropping the weather. You know what I'm saying? So there you have that. All right, let me get rid of those top tabs right there. And let me get to a tab that we need to be looking at here. All right. So Texas Rangers at Tampa Bay Rays. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot. Tampa Bay Rays, they rolling out Glass now. Then we rolling out Haney here. Tampa Bay Rays minus 168 favorites here. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot, man. And this game can go south. All right. I can tell you that shit right now. This game could go south. I don't know if it's going to go south, but it could. We got two of the best teams in the league versus their respectively handing this here. Tampa Bay is one of the top teams in the league versus left hand and right handers. Okay, and then you got Texas here. They're hitting very very well. All right, so if one of these pitchers slip up, this motherfucking game could go over. All right. Glass now, he's got that good K stuff. As long with Henny, he's got some K stuff as well. I'm not really going to any K props here. It's the best that really, really, really just pan out really, really well on both sides of the ball. Even if when you're looking at both of the teams, man. Let's see, Tampa Bay Rays. I don't even think I put these guys in my player pool, man. I think I had who was it? Tampa Bay and the Rangers, right? So, yeah, I had. man, this game here could turn up. All right. I don't know. If both of these pitchers bring their shit, then it could, it could slow down. Yandy Diaz was one of my favorite bats here, but probably my favorite bat here is going to be Corey Seager here. As of right now, I mean, Glass he does got that shit though. You know what I'm saying? As of right now, though, his numbers are great now. Well, these lefties, we'll see. I can understand you guys fading them because we know Glass got that shit. I can understand you guys fading them, and then there's instances where Haney can implode. So be careful with this game. You know what I'm saying? Be careful with this game. I couldn't talk you off anything from this game. If you want to take hits from them, take hits. Like I said, everybody's on each side of the ball is grading out well for me. You can see all these advantages you got here. All right. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Siemens got 200 home runs versus Glasnow. He's 2 for 4. 4 for 6. Not a big sample size, but it is what it is. Nate Lowe hits lefties well. Corey Seager's 1,000 OPS versus lefties. Glasnow giving up 1,000 OPS versus lefties right now. Hey, I mean, and what this team does. They're at home. Tampa Bay, they're at home. It could be one, but I might just sit back and live bet this one. If I'm picking a side in this one, it's going to be Tampa Bay Rays or nothing for me. Money line parlays, run line straights. Arizona Diamondbacks at Detroit Tigers here. We got an over under 8 in this spot. Philadelphia almost gave the shit up yesterday. As you can see, the last two pitches Detroit Tigers faced, they went in there and had at least 8 Ks. So I'm looking at the strikeout prop for Merrill Kelly here. On draft on FanDuel it then got up to it then got up to 5.5 here, I want to say. So 6.5 here. So what I was fiddling around with here was a 5 strikeouts and the win here, sitting at 5 strikeouts in the win, sitting at a minus 103 there. Yeah, as for sure, Jeremy, for sure, because they offense have been anemic, man. For those first 2 games, I think the first 17 between the 2 games, the first 17 outs, they had only put up 2 runs. Like, come on now, God dog. So anyway, yeah, I was looking at it that way. And a bat here. I know I had a bat in my player pool. Let's go over to my player pool, my fantasy player pool. And I know Corbin Carroll. All right, Corbin Carroll. I got about 40 pitchers that I'm bats that I got in here right now that I have to decipher from. But I had Corbin Carroll. Let's see. Let's go to some of his numbers here real fast so I can give you guys the business here. And maybe there he is right there. So he's 922 OPS versus Michael Lorenzen here. Versus right hand pitching here. I like Corbin Carroll, man. He's been on one. Okay. Looking at some of these numbers here. Let's see. What game was that? And a couple pitch mixes and shit like that. He looks pretty good. Versus this pitcher yet. I don't think he's seen him, but he looks pretty good. Let's see. Corbin Carroll. Yeah, so versus right-hand pitching. Let's see. He will strike out, but all his other numbers look really, really good. Okay, all his other numbers look really, really good. Barrel rate look pretty good. All of that looks pretty good, especially against this pitch. Okay, 23.1% versus right-handers, and you couple that with the fact with that pitch, that four-seamer that I got a filter to, he looks really, really good right there. All right, everything's in the green. He will strike out though, of course. We know that, but Corbin Carroll is one of my favorite bats here. Couldn't talk you off the K prop, K ladders, whatever you want to do with the kid. What's his name? Kelly. So what I got here on DraftKings, I have a Merrill Kelly. You can get a minus his strikeout prop at 5.5 on DraftKings. You get a 6.5 on FanDuel. It's a parlay piece on DraftKings. I got a lot of parlay pieces in my bet slip here. I'm gonna go through them with you guys. Okay. It's gonna be Arizona Diamondbacks or nothing for me in this spot. Okay. This 5 strikeouts in the win looks kind of good there. It looks real good. Minus 103. I couldn't talk you off of that. All right. Next game here on the docket is looking like Los Angeles. Oh my God, Los Angeles Dodgers at Philadelphia Phillies here. We got an over under 9.5 in the spot, and hey, they continue to put the Dodgers. They continue to be in some good spots here. So I'm gonna try to breeze through this one real quick. Los Angeles Dodgers, Philadelphia Phillies, and then, but I like some of these Philadelphia bats too, man. You know what I'm saying? But they always grading out well, but they ain't going out there doing it. So over under 9.5. You know what we like to do with the over unders 9.5s. So some bats I got basically the righties. The righties for me. The righties versus Ranger Suarez right now. He's giving up a 917 OPS versus righties here. Will Smith, he will take your ass to the yard. You already know that. All right. So Will Smith. Who else do I got here? The righties, man. Mookie Betts, probably my favorite. He's 3 or 6 for 2 home runs there. He's a home run candidate. Okay, Mookie Betts, Chris Taylor. He's over 6 with the 934 OPS versus left-hand pitching, and then Suarez is giving up a 917 OPS versus righties. So we know the drill here. Right-hand batters, all the right-hand batters. All these on the Dodgers side, just like yesterday, man. You know, and then you can sprinkle in some Freeman because he hit. No, you know what? No. The righties. I'm just gonna stick with the righties. That's it. Now Bryce Harper looks pretty good here. Michael Grove, as of right now, he's getting up a 1400 OPS towards lefties. I don't know how long that's going to be able to be sustained, but that's one thing. And then Kyle Schwarber in June. It's Kyle Schwarber in June. Kyle Schwarber might come out here and take his ass yard. So Kyle Schwarber right now, his numbers should be creeping up as the weather creeps up. So those are some bats that I like right there. Okay. At the end of the day, though, we got an over under. If I had to choose a spot in this one, it would be the Dodgers, but I probably won't be choosing a spot here. Like I said, it's gonna be bats here for me. What else do we got here? New York Mets at Pittsburgh Pirates. We got an over under 9.5. These over under 9.5s are automatically looks towards bats here. We got the McGill on the mound. We got Hill on the mound here. I was looking at McGill. I was looking at let's see. I don't know if I got any parlay pieces like walks or something for him, but looking at McGill, going up against this Pittsburgh team, I just expect runs to be put up in this one here. His outs line is projected to be 15.5. I'm iffy on that. The walk's been a problem for him, sitting at 2.5. Pittsburgh is the number 17 at drawing walks. So if you keep putting batters on base, some shit gonna happen. You ain't gonna, some shit gonna happen. So his hit props in at 5.5. Pittsburgh sitting around WRC plus versus right hand pitcher sitting around the middle of the pack, and then the earned runs have been concerning. His earned runs sitting at 2.5. Like I said, WRC plus for Pittsburgh around the middle of the pack here. He hasn't faced Pittsburgh none this season. He's been giving up runs though. Okay, so that's one thing you can look at there. I mean, he hasn't given up over 4 runs, but he's shown the ability to do that. All right, now. The old man, Rich Hill, has been pitching okay right now. He's been up and down lately, runs here and there and stuff like that. New York Mets, they haven't been, they haven't been that good versus left-hand pitching. Even I wouldn't pick on them for strikeouts though. There's 26 in the lead of striking out versus left-hand pitching. The outs for Rich Hill has been okay. He's been really, really good in that department. 50%. He's hitting 6 outs. The walks for him has been concerning here. New York Mets, not concerning, but he's giving up 2 walks or more in each and every game except for 3. So he's 75% to this prop on the season. If you want to get there, you can get it at a minus 115. New York Mets, they 17th at drawing walks. I don't know the status of Alonso. He might not be playing, but keep an eye out on him. And I didn't throw that in my player pool, but I need to throw that in my parlay pool. This walk prop here. He's like I said, he's 75% to this number on the season. The hits have been a problem for him here and there. 5.5 hits there, and then the earned runs. Lately, he's been giving up the runs. 2 of his last 3 games, he's giving up 5 runs or more. All right. So bats. I only had pulled out some bats from the Pittsburgh side here, and I think it was only Brian Reynolds. He grades out a little bit well for me. He's a switch. Okay, so Tyler McGill gives up his worst pitches towards the lefties there. I mean towards lefties, and then Brian Reynolds, if he comes out on that left side, he's going to have a advantage. So he's a switcher, and then of course Sawinski. Sawinski is a lefty here, so this is a match. He 900 OPS versus lefties, and so he's giving up. McGill is giving up versus lefties, so he's definitely one of my home run candidates. And along with Reynolds, he's a home run candidate for me as well. Looking at what game is this here? The New York Mets here. Let's see. Barrel rate. Overall, a 7.6 barrel rate for McGill, and versus lefties, 7%, but versus righties, 8% there. If you're looking at some barrel rates right here versus righties, Reynolds 14.5, and then who else? Jack Sawinski's 18.4. Yeah, so even I didn't even put McCutcheon up there, but I like to spot that McCutcheon's in as well. And these guys that against that pitch, that four seamer, these guys, they really like that. You can see all this green right here. So it's a possibility that these guys right here, these 4 guys, the top 4 guys right here, it could be some problems. It could be some problems here. Okay, so the over is probably in play here. Some bats, you know how we like to do it: hits, runs, and RBIs, yada yada yada. That shit can be in play here. All right, I want to take a look at some numbers for the hits, runs, and RBIs here. Okay, I got about 10 more minutes. All right, so I need to breeze through this shit real quick. All right, I got about 10 more minutes. Okay, 10 more minutes with you guys. Let's see. I want to go straight to that game because I got interest in that game there. I got interest in this game. Everybody, mostly all the usual suspects, they juiced up though. They really juiced up. So, hits, runs, and RBIs, they juiced up right now. They juiced up. Zawinski at a minus 120 for 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. What about Reynolds? 2.5 at plus 125. Interesting. I'll be looking at a team total or something for the Baltimore. For Pittsburgh. If I'm not picking a side in that one, I'm going to like bats. Okay, Boston Red Sox at New York Yankees. Here we had an over under 8 in this spot. We do got weather concerns. I already read the weather out, so we got weather concerns. So keep an eye out on that. I'll tell you one thing. This matchup, Cole versus what's the boy's name? Cole versus it's been one, man. It's been one, really. Rafael Devers, he's 7 for 30 versus Cole, but he's got 6 home runs versus him. He was really stalking him last year. So keep an eye out for Rafael Devers this game here. I was looking at Rizzo as well, but I didn't throw him in my player pool. The K's here, if this game plays out, the strikeouts, I mean, it's cold, man. You can get the strikeouts at a 6.5 on price on DraftKings, though. 6.5 at a minus 135. If you want to get there, you can. Be my guest. But I'm over under 8 in this spot. Let me see. Do I got anything left in my parlay player pool from this game? No, I do not. So I don't know about that game. Another game where I'm pretty much undecided on, and we got weather concerns here, so watch that. Yes, Red Sox are not what they used to be, especially at home. I mean, on the road, especially on the road. So I can see Cole getting in there, for the strikeouts or whatever the case may be. He's got to control himself. Last few games, Last few games, 2 of his last 3 games, he gave up 5 runs. You know what I'm saying? Boston versus right-hand pitching on the season, WRC plus 10. They 10th at WRC plus right now. And then earned runs is sitting at 1.5. I couldn't talk you off the earned runs right there for him. Hits allowed, I don't know. 4.5. The walks, I couldn't talk off the 1.5 walks for him either. It's a parlay piece. He's hit this number in every game except for 2. It's a parlay piece at a -183. Hey, I couldn't talk you off of that either. So, those are some other plays that you can look at. You'll find those on DraftKings. Earn runs at 1.5, walks at 1.5. Anytime you see his outs, anytime somebody's out there six innings or more, they earn runs and hits and walks are in play. Okay. So there you have that. I'm going right over this Baltimore game because I couldn't put a good read on it. Another game I couldn't put a good read at all, but I did have some interest in Mountcastle, man. Mountcastle for power here. 978 OPS versus Riders. If he can get a hold to Lynch, he could probably take it out of there. This team is pretty decent versus lefties, and then let me see, Mountcastle and I think it was Hayes, Santander. So he's a switch. Santander, 989 OPS versus lefties here. This Baltimore team does hit lefties well. I just picked out those 2 batters. I'm pretty much undecided in this game though. Kansas City on the other side. Kansas City hasn't been a slouch either when it comes to hitting these righties here. So let me see. Let me give you guys some numbers real quick. We know Kansas City can hit the we know Baltimore they're pretty good versus lefties, sporting a WRC plus at number 7 right now and versus left hand pitching. Lynch, 4.5 strikeouts. I probably won't be going there, but it's a decent number. Tyler Wells, lately, he's been okay, though. All right, his strikeouts prop sitting at 5.5. Kansas City striking out the 5th most on the season versus right-hand pitching. He's had 7 strikeouts or more in 5 straight games. So if you want to get to that, tease it down. Be my guest. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. His out prop is in play at 17.5. The walks, if you want to get there, I probably won't, though, at 1.5. Hits allowed, you know what I'm saying? And the earned runs in at 2.5. I don't have a play in this game. I'm really leaning towards Baltimore though. They -180 favorites here, but I don't know about the run line. Okay, Minnesota Twins, Kikuchi, Gray on the mound here. All right. One thing I will say here is we all know that. We all know that Minnesota is striking out the 2nd most on the season versus versus left-hand pitching. They're striking out versus left-hand pitching as well. So one thing, it's hard for me to trust Kikuchi. Every time I jump on him, his ass, is in the red. You know what I'm saying? Every time I fade him, he's in the green. So if y'all want to know if I'm fading him or whatever the case may be, let me know later on. Then, I'll let you guys know. But at the end of the day, Sonny Gray, he's got good K stuff too. The thing about that is this Toronto team, they don't strike out much, all right? Couple that with the fact that this lineup, they got a lot of injuries in their lineup. I see Correa is still healthy. He's still healthy. His numbers did grade out well, so I couldn't talk you off from hits all the way up to a home run for Correa. But, other than that, this Toronto team, they don't strike out versus right-hand pitching. They 3rd in WRC plus. I can't, it's probably going to end up being Toronto or nothing for me in this spot. Sonny Gray, he doesn't go deep into these games here. He's 5 of 12 just to hitting this 16.5 out, so he doesn't go deep. The walks can be concerning. Even though Toronto's number 18th in walk, but I put this in my player pool for a parlay piece here at the walks at -178. He's 67% to that, 8 for 12 on the season. Hits allowed. He can give up some hits, and then the earned runs are sitting at 2.5. I probably won't go there, even though I think he can give it up. Like I said, Toronto WRC plus, they 3rd in WRC plus. Number 1 in on base percentage. Money line parlays, run line stretch. It's probably going to be Toronto or nothing for me, but we got an over under 8.5. I would just settle for the money line and probably try to tease it down a little bit with a little strikeouts. Even the strikeouts ain't safe here, to tell you the truth, because if Kikuchi come out there bad, then this total might go over. All right, but Minnesota dealing with some injuries, man, bad. They down bad. All right, Houston Astros and Cleveland Guardians here. This Cleveland Guardians team, they don't strike out much. They probably 28th versus striking out. That's one thing here. But what I had some interest in was the strikeout prop. I mean, it's so low, even though I know the numbers don't support it, but it's so low. All right. So 4.5 for Christian Javier. I mean, I don't even have to show you guys what's the hit rate on that. You know what I'm saying? I think I want to take a stab at it. He's hit this number every game except for 2. But like I said, Cleveland, they striking out 29th. The 29th is striking out versus right-hand pitching. Hey, I don't know. And then you got to keep an eye out on Yordan Alvarez. He left the game early. That kind of hurt me yesterday. He left the game early. Logan Allen, I haven't looked much into him. I was pressing for time this morning. It is what it is. Okay. So there you have that. I'm leaning towards Houston, but we'll see. There was some bats that kind of graded out well for me for my fantasy, but I don't know if I'm going to go to them and betting on them. But Jose Ramirez, he looked pretty good for me, especially he was hot as hell yesterday. So if you think he's still hot, you can look at him. I think he hit 2 or 3 home runs yesterday. Kyle Tucker graded out well for me. He hits lefties well. He ain't been hitting for a ton of power lately, but he hits lefties well. Josh Naylor, he's got power. All right. So if he catch one, he might can take it out. But those are the only bets that I was looking at. But that was for fantasy purposes. I probably won't go to. I might do a heat check on Ramirez and toss him in the hit parlay, but nothing spectacular. All right, Washington Nationals at Atlanta Braves here, over under 10 in this spot. So expect runs to be put up here, and you know what we're looking at: runs, RBIs, yada yada yada. Anytime you take RBIs for anybody, that's plus money. All right, Gray. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just took some bats here because the total is so high. I don't like to take sides when the total's that high. But I'll tell you a couple things here. Okay, so we know this Milwaukee. This is a debut. This is the debut for Smith Shower here. Shawver here. So I have to look more into him. That's one thing. Washington Nationals, they good. Small ball. They chip away at you. They don't have a lot of power. Okay, that's one thing. Now this Atlanta team, they got some power, and they've been hitting righties lately. So they were slumping throughout the season. They was hitting righties lately. I got some Atlanta boys in my player pool. So Ozuna, he's 1 for 4, but it's a home run. Okay. Olsen, he's 2 for 5, but it's 2 home runs. The 2 hits, they're 2 home runs. Austin Riley, he's 2 for 13, 1 single and a home run. Okay. Ronald Acuna, he's got a home run. All these motherfuckers I'm talking about, they got home runs. And Acuna and Olsen are the guys that are target versus righties from this team. He's got a 931 OPS versus righties. So yeah, he's got a bomb versus him. Ozzy Albies, he's 4 for 9. Guess what? He's got a bomb too. And then Sean Murphy, hasn't seen him, but he's got an 894 OPS versus righties. And then last but not least, I must have went past Olsen, but Olsen's got a bomb versus him too. He's got 2 bombs, right? So everything he hit so far from him has been a home run. However, rewinding back, we know this team will strike out. We know this team will strike out. So that's one thing. Okay. So we know. Atlanta will strike out. Washington don't strike out. Atlanta will. Okay. So that's one thing. And then looking at what's this pitch mix looking like? That 4-seam fastball. Look at all that. That barrel. Look at all that. All that green versus that 4-seamer there. You know what I'm saying? All that green versus everybody on the motherfucking team can hit that pitch. Look at the barrel rates. Everybody on the team got a double-digit barrel rate or more versus that 4-seam fastball. The next one he throws is that slider. Now, these guys, they will strike out. They will strike out K percentage especially versus that pitch. You know what I'm saying? But this is the one they least strike out versus that slider. They get striking the fuck out versus that slider. You see that 29, 37, 28, 21. He better throw that slider. He better throw that motherfucker today, fast and hurry. And what's that? The cutter. Yeah, the cutter. their strikeout versus that, but milling around the pack there. All right. So, they will hit him. There's about 5 guys on this team that's got a home run versus him. His K percentage is sitting at 19%, 20% versus lefty, but a 17.6 K percentage towards righties. These Atlanta boys about to bring those righties. Wait and see who's in the lineup before you firing shit off, and then it is what it is. Miami Marlins here. I like bats though. I like these bats. I'm gonna be going to some hits, runs, and RBIs for sure. You guys know how I do it. Miami Marlins at Chicago White Sox here, and it is definitely this one here is going to be a crazy one right here. We got Perez on the mound. We got Cease on the mound here. Didn't like too many bats here. One bat that I did have in, of course. I don't really point him out all the time because he's a chalk guy. But I got this. I got to tell you about him. I mean, Reyes. I mean, he's batting 403 right now. So his hits and whatever the case may be. Dylan Cease pitches his worst numbers to lefties right now, and that's 808 OPS. And then who else did I have in there? I had Jesus Sanchez. He's hitting righties real well and lefties. So I like Jesus Sanchez as well. That's the only bats that I had in there. Wasn't looking at too many bats from the right from the White Sox here. Some player some pieces that I had in here. The walks for Dylan Cease minus 165. He had been having an issue with his control and shit lately. So, the walks is in play here, even though they don't walk much, but they're in play. He's shown the ability to walk batters a lot. So they're in play. And if his K's are in play too, man. I can't believe I'm sitting here debating a 5.5 strikeout prop for Dylan Cease, but this is the world we live in right now. Last 30 days and stuff like that. This Miami team has been good versus right-hand pitching. You know what I'm saying? So last 30 days, WRC plus Miami, they number 4th in WRC plus right now. And then strikeout percentage is Miami last 30 days. Shit, they 26th right now. So you can see why his strikeout probably sitting at 5.5. So I don't have a side in this one here. I like Yuri Perez. I like his strikeouts. You get a lower number, but a higher juice on FanDuel here. Lower number, but higher juice on FanDuel here, sitting at 4.5. I think it's a 5.5 on DraftKings. So I like the strikeout prop for him. I ain't even gonna lie. I couldn't talk about strikeout for Dylan Cease. If you don't think he's gonna get his strikeouts, then you can look at his walks. I don't have a side in this one. I'm starting to lean towards Miami, but I don't have a side in this one. Let's keep it moving here. Oakland at Athletics and Milwaukee Brewers. Look, we got an over under 9.5 in this spot. I didn't even look at this game, tell you the truth. I got to speed up out of here. I got to go to speed round right now. Cincinnati Reds, St. Louis Cardinals here. We got an over under 8 in this spot. Did I have any numbers, anything written down for this one here? I like to target these Cincinnati Reds when they're at home. They're at home. These road games, they're not fun here. So I don't know. I'm iffy on that game. I was looking at Goldsmith there. Cincinnati Reds got a lot of bats there that can go small ball, and they can hit lefties really, really well. San Diego Padres here, Colorado Rockies. Hey, at Colorado, you know what it is. A lot of hits, a lot of runs, a lot of RBIs. I'll be looking at the bats for San Diego here. I got some bats already in my player pool. San Diego bats here. My favorite bat's gonna be Tatis. But like I said, Grisham's got a home run. He's hitting lefties really, really hard. So Austin Garman, he's getting up 1,000 OPS towards lefties, 900 OPS towards righties. His ass is in trouble. All right. Kim, he's hitting lefties good. This whole team is hitting lefties good. Manny Machado, 4 for 20 versus this guy. He's 900 OPS versus lefties. Fernando Tatis, his numbers graded out really well for me. 992 OPS versus lefties, and you know his numbers. I'm taking him for a home run. I'm taking Tatis for a home run. Everybody's in play for a home run here. All right, everybody's in play for a home run here. So I didn't even put all those batters in my prop. So I mean in my player pool. So I'm gonna be looking at hits, runs, and RBIs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them here in this game. If you don't know about Coors Field, you're gonna find out. You're definitely gonna find out. Pitchers duel here. Seattle Mariners at Los Angeles Angels here. Over under 7.5 in this spot. Seattle has shown the ability to strike out. Ohtani strikeouts are in play, even though he has kind of struggled as of late. All right, so looking at the earned runs department here, Ohtani, look at the earned runs. He's been giving it up as of late. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of concerning. If he's going to stay in there for a lot of outs like he's been doing, you can look at some of his walks, okay? His walks is a parlay piece right now. Seattle 14th in the league and drawing walks. He's hit this 2 walks in every game except for 3. So he's on 75% to this number on the season. You get a minus 164 on PrizePicks. I mean on FanDuel, on DraftKings, I'm sorry. His K prop, Seattle on the season, number 2 in striking out versus right-hand pitching. He faced his team the second game of the season. He had 8 Ks. His 8 Ks are in play. You know what I'm saying? Luis Castillo, 6.5 Ks here. It's in play as well. His outs, he's been outstanding to this number. You can take it at a parlay piece at a 17.5, although Los Angeles have been hitting right-hand pitching, okay? So they number 6 in WRC plus and hitting right-hand pitching. The walks for him, anytime you pitch a lot of innings like that, the walks going to be in play for sure. 1.5 at 183 a parlay piece. The earned runs for him, he went through a rough patch in the middle right here, but it's been smooth sailing since. So I don't know, man. This game does have an underfield to it, so I don't know. I don't know. It has an underfield to it, lean towards the under, but maybe lean towards the under first 5, something like that, and probably just fall back from the full game. Then in Chicago, I absolutely didn't look at this game here. So maybe you guys got something. You got something, drop something in the comments. It is what it is. But with that being said, guys, peace out. I'm getting up out of here. Stroman's on the mound, man. Stroman has been really, really good. We can go through some numbers real fast for Stroman real quick. His K prop sitting at 4.5. It's a possibility he can get there, even though San Francisco, number 5 in WRC plus, they will hit righties, but he's been the outs is sitting at 17.5 at minus 150. He's been outstanding in that category. He's hit that line to every game except for 2. He's been outstanding when it comes to that. The walks, parlay piece, every game except for 3. It's a parlay piece. San Francisco, number 4 for drawing walks. Is he going to be in there for 6 innings? Of course, he can draw some walks. So it is what it is. Hits allowed, I probably don't go to that. And the earned runs sitting at 2.5. I probably don't go to that, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities, but I probably don't go to that. I usually go for 1.5 earned runs. All right. Anthony DeSalfani, I don't know, man. I got to get out of here. I got to go to get my haircut. Peace out. Good luck to everyone. Be on the lookout for some of my posts. I'll probably post something here and there. Peace out. Good luck.